Hello guys, welcome in. Surprise Wednesday stream today. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. We are in Kugane on Aether Sarg. How's everyone doing today? Happy Wednesday, wherever you are. We are going to unlock Bozja today. And quite honestly, I didn't know where to slot this content because I have a list of stuff I want to do for post Shadowbringers content. And I had no idea where to put this in. Considering that Alliance raids are on Friday, then the trial series after, and then we're going to do the last of the level 80 job quests, and then the role quest capstones. Oh, the lights went out. That was a shift. But anyway, yeah, the role quest capstones afterwards, and then we're going to continue MSQ with our new Catboy Scion as well. So yes, last time we finished the Eden raids, and that was such... Going back, I really loved that story. It was such a good story. Just the Final Fantasy VIII callbacks, for sure, the music, and especially... Oh, hi Gaia. Yeah, I have my minion Gaia here as well. She's gonna be my minion for quite a while. So she likes to leap into the shot here. But yeah, just the level 80 or the FF8 callbacks to, especially at the ending too, when well, spoilers for Eden, at the end, Gaia was in a void, and Reen called out to her. They finally met, and Reen embraced Gaia in a hug, which caused the dark world with it that Gaia was within to dissipate and disappear into a field of flowers back at the base camp, much akin to the end of 8. And it was such a beautiful shot and scene and a homage to that game, and I really appreciate 8 more now, thanks to this raid series. But I love those two, Reen and Gaia. They're so cute together. And yeah, we're going to work on new content today. We're going to unlock the field operations Bozja. And to do that, we are going to go in as a gunbreaker. So Blades of Gunhilldr, that was mentioned before in the Gunbreaker job quest. And our friend Radovan, Gunbreaker, told us the history of the Gunbreakers, the history of the Gunblade, that these are more high-tech, advanced weaponry compared to like the normal guns, which are used to protect the queen of a kingdom of ages past. Her name was Gunhilldr, and this is kind of mixed in with Bozja too, because Bozja was it was mentioned in the Omega storyline too, where Cid's father, Midas Garland, worked as a Garlean agent to work on Magitech, and apparently there was an accident, an explosion that cost the lives of lots and lots of people. And I believe this event kind of caused Cid to flee Garlemald. So I believe Cid will be involved, but the kingdom of the first Gunbreakers and Gunhilldr will be involved as well. So it's going to be a nice mix, hopefully, with this story. So we unlock that by talking to Keita here in Kugane. Hail to the Queen. Judging by the look of relief on Keaton's face, you have saved him a great deal of time. Milady, what auspicious timing. I intended to send a missive to the Rising Stones, but it seems it's no longer necessary. Master Hancock wishes to speak with you regarding a matter of grave import. I can but imagine what other duties yet demand your attention. Still, he requests you meet him at the Ruby Bazaar at your earliest convenience. Let us go, Gaia. We also learned more about the two Ascians who were assigned to the first, Logrith and Mitron as well. And after finishing the Eden story, like, I'm on that boat with other people, constantly wondering, like, why isn't this MSQ? Why isn't this story relevant? Why isn't this included as a requirement for MSQ? Because I'm noticing a lot of the stories that, the side content stories that we're doing should be involved with MSQ, should tie into MSQ as mandatory content, especially with the Omega and Alexander series, raid series, because aspects of the Omega, the dimensional rift, crossing between time and space, and then Alexander with time travel were heavily involved in the Shadowbringer story with the Crystal Tower and the Crystal Exarch, using that power and that knowledge from ages past, our present time, to bring us to the first at that time. So I really wish they would make more of that side content mandatory in MSQ. But okay. Hi, Hancock. And so she returns at last. From what Tataru has told me, you've come rather a long way, to put it mildly. And while the Scions remained locked in slumber, she sought aid from all corners of the realm. In fact, it was I to whom she first turned to, when searching for a champion to assist her in your absence. Though as you've no doubt surmised, I do not call you here to discuss such matters. I received word from Lord Hien that the Bozjan resistance, our comrades in the Eastern Alliance, seek the aid of distinguished heroes in their fight against the Empire, and naturally your name immediately sprang to mind. The Bozjan resistance, you say? I didn't realize they were part of the Eastern Alliance. Indeed, though the city-state had long since fallen to Garlean machinations, the remnants have agreed to join the cause. And with the Empire now in disarray, they would seize the opportunity to fight back. If you know the details in full, I think you'd best to speak with Lord Hien. His endless list of commitments makes him a hard man to find, however. So perhaps you could have one of his attendants at the House of the Fierce track him down for you. Sounds good. Let us go see Lord Hien again. Also, last time I've unlocked Sage as well. I'm slowly getting the hang of it, but I think after today, I'm not expecting to go far in Bozja, but we might do some more kind of catching up with Sage and level it a bit more. It's the House of the Fierce. What am I doing? Hello, Mr. Beaky. Come on. Greetings, my lady. Lord Hien has been expecting you. When word reached us from the Boston Resistance, Lord Hien knew at once, but there was one woman to whom he could turn. He left the coattails not too long ago. The view of Doma Castle helps to calm his mind. This way, if you please. Okay, let's go. This way, atop the broken bridge. We're most glad for your arrival. Hi, it's been a while. Do you remember when first we shared a view of this castle together? Still under the Guardian's control, perhaps. Yet for all their wickedness, its beauty would not be so easily sullied. Hi, Bont. Welcome in. Nice to have you. It has been a while since we last seen these guys. It is good to see you, my friend. You must forgive me for foregoing pleasantries, but our guest here is in dire need of your help. Marsak of the Bozja Resistance. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Just in time for Lord Hien. Uh-huh. As you've no doubt already heard from Lord Hien, my people seek to reclaim our homeland from the Empire. Under his auspices, and that of the Eorzean Alliance, we aim to do just that. However, we recently received word that the 4th Imperial Legion had been making plans of their own. It has long held the provinces of Naxia, Dalmasca, and Bozja in an iron grip, using its Dalmascan headquarters to house the bulk of its forces. Until recently, that is. They appear to be diverting resources and manpower to their forces stationed in Bozja. In fact, 3 battalions are en route as we speak. We thought perhaps to strike before they could fully assemble, but the Bozjan resistance lacks the means to drive them off on its own. Aid from the Damascan resistance groups may have sufficed. Sadly, even Fran of Lente's Tears have been unable to bring an end to their infighting. Nice, a Fran mention. All hope is not lost, however, for Lord Hien has made a most intriguing proposal. An idea not of my own, I must confess. We have our old friend Gosetsu to thank. The goat. Gosetsu. As the Empire tightened its grip on Doma, our people were at a crossroads. Would they lay down and surrender, or stand up to fight? You sought me out, that I could become the spark that lit the fire of rebellion. The same must be done for the Bozjans. They require a stand under which they can rally, a symbol of hope to steel them for what's to come. Lacking a living figurehead such as Lord Hien, my comrades and I looked to our nation's past for inspiration. There, we found the answer we sought, Gunhilldr's blades. That rings a bell. They were the elite guard of Queen Gunhilldr, possessed of weapons blessed by the gods. Their exploits would become legend after defending our peoples against the Elegans in the Third Astral Era. The strength of their steel was matched only by their dedication to the Queen. Should one lose their life in her service, their holy blade was then passed on to a successor. In time, their title would lend itself to the most renowned of their weaponry, the Gunblade. But in truth, each member of her guard was a master of a unique weapon. Though these sacred relics had been lost to time, I would see them forged anew. Armed thus, our people would know no fear, and drive back our oppressors just as Queen Gunhilldr did the Elegans. An admittedly lofty and otherwise unattainable goal for one such as I, which is why I've traveled far and wide to search of great minds and greater heroes, who might lend us their aid. We would be renowned to have one of your own at our side. I happen to be a gunbreaker. We value the Bozjan's commitment to the cause, and I would see their plans come to fruition. Fortunately, duty demands that I remain here. I could not in good conscience leave knowing the Empire yet threatens the border to Alamigo. Should you choose to accompany him to Bozja, I ask if you act as a representative of the Eastern Alliance in my stead. Leave it to me. Thank you, my friend. If there's aught else you require of the Eastern Alliance, you only need ask. Safe travels to you both. Bye, Giri. An airship to our base has been prepared for us in the Enclave's dock. I hope to see you there soon. Path to the past. Marsek is ready to depart. Oh, we get the good materia this time. When you finish your preparations, meet me at the dock and we can be on our way. Since this field operation questline involves relic weapons, I wonder if we're going to see Gerald again. Trying to pay off another debt to Rowena. Yeah, at the end of Eureka, he was saddled with another huge amount of debt. Also, it's so nice to be back here in the Far East. All are free to travel in and out of the Enclave. Do you seek passage? Yes. Our destination is Gangos, the Resistance present base of operations. To ensure we remain unnoticed by the Empire, this ship is one of the few permitted to travel to Exdoma and the other provinces. Should you have need to travel to Gangos in the future, I ask you to come here to do so. Coming aboard, miss? Yes. I like how these type of airships, much like the Stormboat Alliance raids, are very reminiscent of the old airships from the previous games. It's just a simple looking boat design, but has like 3 propellers. It's a nice nod to the old games. Like, such a fun detail. That we should simply play host to the liberator of Dona and Alamigo herself. I do not think you could be persuaded to help us. Saljan. Boz. I'm gonna call you Boj. Leader of the Bozjan resistance. Not the best choice for the job, if I'm to be frank, but I will bear the title all the same. Nice to meet you. Bloody hells, man, you won't inspire much confidence speaking like that. Is this Geralt? Yep. Yep. Ah, you're quite right, Master Geralt. While you're here, won't you come and welcome our guest? Hi again. What in the seven hells are you doing here? Oh, you know why I'm here. As I stare at you intently. You know why I'm here. I need a new weapon for my dancer. And you're gonna help me. Eorzea's greatest hero and her finest blacksmith. With the two of you here, our plan is sure to succeed. With that Queen Gunhilldr, we're here to witness this. Oi, Tamir, just between us, I'm only here to pay off me debts to that black-hearted snake Rowena. Uh-huh. She's been selling supplies to the Resistance, and they happened to mention that they're in need of a smithy. So she went and told them that I'm the greatest bleeding smithy in the realm, with skills that put Beauregard himself to shame. Can't rightly say I'm even half of what she claimed, but it'll do me damnedest. They're happy to ply me with good grub and even better booze, so play along, will ye? Fine. I'm gonna get some water. Now that you're both here, I believe it's time our plans be made clear. Missy John? Yes, of course. Our goal is to reforge the weapons wielded by Gunhildr's blades. Simple in principle, less so in execution. The weapons themselves and most of the texts denoting the history of Her Majesty and her guard were lost to the devastation of the Fourth Umbral Calamity. That said, we have managed to obtain certain pieces of information. Coupled with Master Geralt's knowledge and expertise, we have made great strides in reproducing these vaunted Blades of Eld. We worked out the manner of weapons they wielded, their shape and weight, even the materials needed for me to forge. We've learned bugger all about what gives them spirit. Aether? It's said that Queen Gunhilldr etched a holy inscription into each blade, thus granting them the power of the gods. Fortunately, no records of any such engravings remain, but there's still hope. I used the wrong voice for that, but they're not but pale imitations. There once existed replicas which may very well have borne these inscriptions. Alas, they were lost when Bozja's citadel fell. Do you know of the Bozja incident? Yeah, wasn't it like Garly and, with Sid's father? Like Garly and machinations caused the destruction of that area? Sounds vaguely familiar. A bitter chapter in our history, for it would mark the end of Bozja as we knew it. 15 summers past, the Garleans were conducting experiments, seeking a means to make contact with the lesser moon Dalamud. They believe the satellite is to be possessed of immense power, and a lunar transmitter was erected in the hopes of harnessing it. When the transmitter was activated and the signal sent, Dalamud responded with an immense blast of raw energy. The destruction wrought defied reckoning. The citadel, the relics of Queen Gunhildr's kingdom, naught was left but smoke and ash. So it was the same area. Hope ain't lost yet. The citadel's been wiped off the bloody map. There's still a way for us to find those encryptions, or so I've been told. An explanation better left to no one far more knowledgeable than I. Oh, is that Mikoto. I think it is. Hi, Mikoto. Flame, where are you at? Here's your girl. Hi, Mikoto. Also, this music is really good. Let me talk to these guys first. I reckon I'll leave the last over there to you. Scholarly types like her have a knack for rubbing me the wrong way. Can't hardly understand half of what she says in the first place. A scholar from Charlian who would better suited to explain the intricacies of our plan. Unless, of course, you have another question for me. Sure. Initial invasion of Bozja was led by Bosch von Gerbrandt. I am Captain Bosch. Don't listen to Ondor's lies. Initial invasion of Bozja was led by Bosch von Gerbrandt. There would be a change of commander not long after, however. 30 years ago, during the invasion of Damascus, his health took an unexpected turn for the worse, and his son Noah van Gerbrandt oversaw the conquest to its completion. He was a mere 20 years old when he assumed full command. The 4th Imperial Legion itself is rather unique compared to most, where the bulk of their forces are not native Garleans, their present leader included. But Noah and his father were quick if I remember correctly from 12, Gebrandt's name is Noah, and they were brothers, so here it's father and son. Bosch is the father, Noah is the son. Okay. Both Noah and his father were quick to bend the knee to Emperor Solus, from what we've been told. Perhaps it was that ardent loyalty that helped them rise to such prominence. But not all were such fervent followers of the Empire. Quite the contrary. While still hazard the greater part of their soldiers were like us, seeking little recourse, but to serve lest they be put to the sword. I suppose the unwavering loyalty of the 4th Imperial Legion is what serves it to set it apart from the rest. Or to be more precise, its loyalty to Noah van Gerbrandt. What's more, you'll come to find they're not wont to rely on Magitech armorants like most Imperial soldiers. They seem to prefer fighting the old-fashioned way, employing arcane magics, techniques akin to summoning, and all manner of feral beasts rather than depending on heavy artillery. Though the recent reports are to be believed, they'll be the least of our concerns. The battalions en route to Bozja are said to be led by Leonsas Helsos. He's a strategist whose cunning is matched only by his renown as a tamer of beasts. A beast tamer, and it's rumored that he alone is worth more than 1,000 rank-and-file troops. One might say he has a history with the Resistance. One of the youngest ever to take a position. His father, Bosch von Gerbrandt, served as legatus before him, claiming many a victory in the name of the Empire. Bosch was a knight of the Republic of Landis. Like so many other nations, were fast to fall at the hands of the Empire. Rather than die with dignity, he was quick to bend the knee to their conquerors, ingratiating himself with the Emperor and earning his place as a legatus. This was quite a feat, given that he was not of Garlean blood. One but can imagine the lengths to which he went to earn their trust, but it's clear he labored hard to keep it. Let's see. It was under Noah's leadership that Rabanastre would fall. We did see Noah Gerbrandt, at the end of the Stormblood Alliance raid series. Then when his father passed 2 years later, he was named the next legatus of the 4th Imperial Legion. I believe it was the conquest of Damascus that earned him the position. Some argue he was appointed on the recommendation of the Emperor, perhaps in recognition of his father's service to the Empire. Regardless of the reason, Noah would continue in his father's footsteps. The 4th would continue to compose primarily of foreign soldiers, and their loyalty to the newly appointed legatus was unfaltering. There is a lot here to kind of take in. Let's see. One would expect such a legion to remain with the Emperor's good graces. It will not be so when Varus took the throne. Pointed them to the quelling of uprisings in remote provinces to keep them at arm's length. Okay. I'm just going to read through these. Castrum Lacus Litore. Gain control of the castrum. Got it. Alermec Fortress. The castrum is held by Legatus Gabran, second in command. Menenius Rem Lanitus. Interesting choice to say the least. Is a well-known family with long and august lineage that is until they incurred the ire of the Empire, tarnishing their name and robbing them of their position in Garland society. Yet Bosch would choose members of their family to serve under him. Mayhaps he sensed their desperation to redeem their honor. If that's the case, the road to redemption is long indeed, for 2 generations of Lenatus have served under the Gabrants. Yourself. Liaison between the Bozjan resistance and her allies. Do everything in my power to see Bozja free from the Empire. Conscription by the Empire. The only reason I was not present in the Citadel to die alongside my king in the Bozja incident. Much like how Radovan was. Someone call it a massacre planned by the Empire. I'm not ready to believe they would be willing to kill so many of their own soldiers and engineers. I do not share the same animosity toward the citizens as my resistance comrades. Okay. Okay, so there's a lot here to go through. I'll read these afterwards, but just so much here. You and Mikoto acquaintances by any chance? Her explanations could be quite convoluted at times, but I trust you can make clearer plans. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here, a lot of lore that I'll look afterwards. Hi, Mikoto. It is good to see you again, Tamea, though I had hoped to accomplish more before your arrival. I'm sure your help will be as valuable now as it was in the Prima Vista. You're far too kind. Not for your heroism, Ramza and Alma would have... Aww. From the onset of our endeavor, it was abundantly clear that one versed in aetherology would be essential. Relay this to the Alliance, who then introduced us to Mikoto. She is said to be one of the most brilliant minds among the students of Baldessian. Okay, so we have Mikoto, Moonbrita, Rahatia, Kryl. There's probably some others too, as the students. And yet it is my ineptitude that grants your presence here. I was all but certain that Geralt and I alone would suffice in this, alas. Ahem, the matter she speaks a concern of a long-forgotten practice of the holy men who once inhabited these lands. Utilizing uniquely aspected crystals, these seers were able to provide succor to those with ailments of the mind. They possess the ability to shape their very memories, removing those deemed harmful and replacing them, that the patient may find some semblance of peace. I too dismiss the notion that such practices could exist. That is, until a recent excavation unearthed compelling evidence of their work. The crystals, we believe, were used in their healing. Unfortunately, we're unable to discern how they are meant to be used. It was at this juncture that we positioned for Mikoto's assistance. While last made any progress? My initial analysis suggests that the crystals were artificially created at some point in the distant past. The materials used suggest that they were most likely produced by the ancestral peoples of this area. What's more, their ethereal signature is strikingly similar to the oscillatory activity of brainwaves, which, when made to resonate with the distinct frequency NRR-type harmonic vibrations of an individual... Ah, I done it again, haven't I? Oh boy. I think a similar approach is in order. Ahem. Every little living being is composed of a corporeal ether of the flesh, a corporeal ether of the soul, and aether residue of their memories. So body, soul, and memories. We've learned this before. Were one to be possessed of only corporeal ether, they would be but a walking corpse. Conversely, entities composed of only incorporeal ether are referred to in layman's terms as ghosts. Souls. In either case, they may also retain some of the residual memories. Aye, zombies and ghosts, I follow. These crystals are able to isolate and resonate with the ethereal signature of memories. Thus allows the seers to probe the minds of their patients. That's all well and good, lass, but what if their mind ain't what it used to be? Or they was too deep in their cups to remember what you're looking for? An excellent question, Master Geralt. We are all possessed of two types of memory. Explicit and implicit. As their name suggests, explicit memories refer to an active remembrance of previous experiences. Implicit memories are acquired and stored passively. When making a new acquaintance, their appearance will become part of your explicit memory, allowing you to recall that information. Should a great deal of time pass without meeting, however, such recollection can prove difficult. Yet in that moment, your mind also takes record of the sounds and smells of the location, the temperature, and so on. Perhaps a demonstration would be better explain this phenomenon. Don't we need some sort of spell? Thankfully, that will not be necessary. When I was first told of the seers and their practices, I was immediately reminded of your ability to peer into the past. I believe these people were best blessed with a similar gift, and it is for that reason that they were chosen to serve as seers. Though I too am possessed of the echo... Wait, did we learn this before? I too am possessed of the echo. I lack the ability to peer into the past as you do, and thus have been unable to wield the power of these crystals. That's why we've called you here. Wait, did we ever mention that she had the echo too? In the past? For, Evilise? I don't remember. That's interesting. Until now, I could do naught but posit theories. With your help, however, I may now put them to the proof. And you, Master Geralt, shall be my first test subject. Absolutely not. Okay, what's gonna happen? Timea, I would like to recall the last time you experienced the echo. Concentrate on the feeling. Master Jerome, I need you to recall a memory of the past. Maybe anything you like. The last time I used the echo was during Eden, where we peered into Mitron's past with Logriff. You better not go poking in there, digging up some unsavory like. You hear, lass? Please, Master Gerald, focus. So we're outside now. This is most unexpected. For reasons I cannot yet explain, it appears the echo has allowed me to accompany you in his memory. You're a skilled smith, Gerald. There's no denying that. But you hold money about as well as your liquor. Well, with what bloody good is money if he can't spend it? A man has to live a little, Rowena. Aye, and it wouldn't hurt for a man to use his head either. With all that talent of yours, I reckon you could amass a small fortune by now. Could have been you sitting on the syndicate instead of Godbert. As if I ever want to be anything like that doddering old half-dressed. Yeah. You were saying? Didn't realize me memory was so sharp. As you can see, implicit memory is surprisingly comprehensive. From the clear skies and ocean waves down to the exact words of your conversation. Everything appears to have been perfectly preserved. You weren't listening to that, were you? Every time someone gives you good advice, you turn around and do the complete sudden opposite. I used to like that rebellious streak of yours, but now I see you're just a bloody idiot. Honestly, I don't know what I would ever saw in you. Oh. Past romance? Whatever it is you think you saw, it ain't as if I changed since then. And ye haven't neither, still as beautiful as the day we met. Oh. Romance. Hold on just a minute. I never said anything like that. I swear on me last mug of ale. Implicit memories, while quite comprehensive, are not always true to fact. In the case of painful and otherwise undesirable experiences, they can be obfuscated to prevent oneself from hard truths. So does he like, Rowena? My perception of reality can also distort them as well, even when first committed to the mind. Then, as time passes, such distortions can grow. Happy memories become joyous, sad ones become all the more bitter. Explicit memory is particularly sensitive to such misrepresentations of events. For man is wont to remember what is most convenient for his worldview. That is why we seek the implicit. For there we are most like to find the truth. Oh my god. He's wearing a suit. So is this what he wants? The truth, Rowena and me were only here a week ago. Don't tell me my memory's that bleeding unreliable. self-imposed delusion, perhaps. As I said before, the mind has ways of concealing painful memories. This is a very dangerous power, if used in the wrong hands. I ain't feeling so well, if you'll excuse me. As you can see, these crystals allow us to choose specific points in a person's past to observe as will. Unlike the echo, however, we will see will not always be as it really was. Okay, so this is an echo, but it's not always truthful. It can be distorted, it could be lies, it could be exaggerated. Yeah, we do not want this in the wrong hands, for sure. Yet there still remains the matter of finding one who has seen the replica weapons and their inscriptions. At the present juncture, we might be looking for a ghost. After the Garlean invasion of Bozja, it was all but cut off from the world. None were allowed in or out, meaning all of its residents, and likely any who had glimpsed the weapons, died when the citadel was destroyed. What good are soldiers stationed there who were away at the time of the incident? Even if we were able to find them, I doubt they could be persuaded to cooperate. Ah. Wait, what happened? Oh, Sid. Please, Lord Varus, no! What's happening? You saw it too, my visions, they are not of what's to come to pass, but what is yet to be. The future. Could it be the crystal allowed us to share my vision as well? Makoto, Tamea, are you two alright? Sid Garland, son of the monster behind the Meteor Project. Come to think of it, Yugiri mentioned that Doma and the Orisian Alliance had been receiving support from Garland Ironworks. I thought that the company should use such a moniker mere happenstance, but I mean to say Sid Garland owns this company. The son of Midas Nun Garland lives. He must be summoned at once. If he was at the Citadel prior to its destruction, it's quite possible he may have seen the replicas. Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, when are we gonna get Sid involved in this too? Because his father was for sure involved with the experiments. Fate is indeed a cruel mistress, pining our hopes on a Garlean. The get of that bastard Midas, no less. Is there truly no other way? Baj, please. Very well. I only hope our fallen comrades can forgive us. Please bring us this Sid Garland for the people of Bozja, for all of Ilsabard. Of course. Okay, there's something I want to check. Okay, you are a very, very tall Highlander. I have a Highlander alt, which you probably have seen before doing Blue Mage content, from EU. I recently paired her up with Tomea here on Oceania, and she was max height. Her height, as you can see from the gun blade there, the tip of the gun blade, that's how tall she was. But Missy Jet here is much, much taller than that. And she's probably a character-specific tall height for that, for this, because I don't think normal Highlanders can be that tall. Definitely. Because yeah, as I said, the tallest Highlander can only be as high as the tip of my gunblade here. But yeah, it's a cool touch here with the character heights. Okay. So we gotta go and get Sid. So that was a lot of dialogue and just introduction so far. I don't think we're done yet. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break here, run ads, and when we come back, we're gonna continue with this interesting questline. It's really cool. I'm all for it. So, as a reminder to get up, stretch, drink water, walk around. I'll be right back. Hello guys, we are back. Thank you for the hydrate, Starshine. Welcome in. I am properly hydrated. Alright. Let's talk to these guys. Okay, so you have that. Son of Midas Nungarland, Imperial Deserter. My, what curious company we keep. Our exploration of Master Geralt's memories was a success, largely in part to his trust in you, I suspect. How fortunate for us that you should be a good acquaintance of Sid's. I'm sure there is much you must do to prepare, so I'll not keep you. I do want to ask about her gift. The echo can manifest itself in myriad ways dependent on the individual. I was gifted with the ability to peer into the future. Yeah, I don't think we've brought this up in the Evilise questline, that she had the echo. But I guess it was introduced here now. She could peer into the future. It's a power much like prophetic dreams and divinations, and yet quite different. For such visions only tell the future's potential. The echo does not show me what may happen, but what will happen. Scholars speculate Messiah Thousand Eyes too shared this gift, hence the alarming accuracy of the passages written in her divine chronicles. These visions are a decidedly rare occurrence, usually containing some crucial insight into matters presently unfolding before me, for better or for worse. I never had visions of an impending threat on my life or those around me. Not that I would want to see such things, of course. Can you imagine knowing of certain doom that can't be avoided? I once spoke of my visions to an acquaintance, a relatively harmless glimpse of the future, and it resulted in a terrible argument. I fear I cannot bear the weight of grimmer tidings. That's neither here nor there. My gift is but a trivial thing, nothing you should think to rely upon. There really isn't much to tell, I assure you. Due to advanced placement, I found myself attending the studio much earlier than most. Kind of like Alphanode and Alizé. My research into the field of ethereology would eventually earn me the title of Archon. When I am not conducting research in the field, I conduct lectures at the studium. When Brita was my mentor, I would not be the scholar I am today if not for her. I have fond memories of the many nights we toiled together working on original plans for the etheric siphon. She was like a sister to me. Speaking of which, I do have a sister actually, an identical twin, in fact, though we've not spoken since she too was named an Archon. Oh, will we meet them one day? She was all my better in all aspects of academia, but she often disagreed with the views of the forum. I can but assume that this is why she took her leave of the studium. She often disagreed with the views of the forum. Much like Master Matoya. She was always so strong-willed and quite critical of those around her. Sadly, we never got along very well growing up. I often wonder if that is why Moonbrita was so quick to take me under her wing. I still see her in my dreams, always offering a warm smile and words of encouragement. If I were to use the crystal focus, perhaps there would be a way to speak with her again. A tempting prospect, but in the end, I know it would not truly be her. There is a lot here by just talking to these NPCs that people could probably just skip past, but there's a lot of good stuff here. Goodbye. I don't care about best viewers. Anyway. Thank you, Seribot. Okay. I do not imagine he sympathizes with our plight. From what I gather, he has no love for the Empire. Either. That will suffice for persuading him to aid us, and so be it. Hi, Alligan. Welcome in. How you doing today? We're unlocking Bozja, and there's just so much lore here with some of the side characters too that you could probably skip, but it's really interesting. I hear there are engineers stationed in Rogger's Reach. Perhaps you could begin your search for Garlon there. Okay, let's teleport. The lore in the story is very, very good. Yeah, there's a lot, but I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I'm actually sad to watch on YouTube. You didn't do the Bozja quests in game, or? Oh, because I can't stand the gameplay. Oh no. Well, I guess you'll see me suffer then. I wonder how different it is from Eureka, but I guess we'll find out. Me personally, I really, really loved Eureka. It was so fun. Say, aren't you Timea, Savior Eorzea, Liberator of Alagamigo, Stealer of Pants, Rider of Dragons? That's me. The name's Lilja, newest recruit to the Ironworks. What can I do for you? I love your shades, as you wear them at night. The chief? Too busy by half, according to Jesse. Between you and me, though, I think it's a load of... Hi, Jesse. Oh, do go on. A load of what? If you liked Eureka, it's very likely you will like Bozja. Hehe, excellent. I was saying what a load off your shoulders it must be, knowing that the chief is back from whatever it was he was doing. Nice save. Speaking of whom, Timea said she wanted to speak with him about... What was it again? God damn it, Lilja. You might hear better than most, but you're a terrible listener. Would you mind starting again from the beginning? I see. Well, you just missed him. Siryu's wall is due for maintenance, and he had a mind to oversee it personally. That said, any matters concerning you are top priority. I'll see if I can reach him. I hate both, but the story and lore is amazing. That is undeniable. I take it this is an average day for you. It must be hard. Always having to put on a brave face as you thrust into danger. People tugging you this way and that like some sort of errand girl. This is the game calling out the Warrior of Light. I love it. We are the errand girl of light ever since the beginning. Not that we don't appreciate what you do for us. Goodness knows I do. In fact, well, you see, I'm something of a fan. I knew the Ironworks worked with you on occasion, but I didn't think I'd have the chance to meet you in person. Can I shake your hand? Lil Jess, Sid being back took a load off my shoulders, not yours. Don't you have work to do? Alright, work. Duty calls. Hopefully we'll meet again soon. I still want to shake her hand, though. Chief says he'll meet you at the Doman Enclave. Not the most convenient of locations, but it'll have to do, I'm afraid. One more thing. The Bozja incident is something of a sore spot for the Chief. Even if it was an accident, most people outside of the Empire remember it as a massacre. The Chief tried to put a stop to his father's experiment, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. Even now, still blames himself for it all. I should have tried harder, he say. I could have saved him. I could have saved all of them. All that genius in the man can't find a way to forgive himself. He did have this moment of questioning himself during the Omega storyline too. So if you're aiming to go digging through his past, be careful. I dread to think what demons he's got locked away in that brain of his. Most of the content I tackled alone. I reckon my experience could have been better on a group. Yeah, for the most part, I always try to do the NMs like with friends and go to like Aether if it's like very populated. Yeah, like I can't do it solo, more or less. Like the higher areas, I cannot do it, and the harder NMs. She's tough as Magitech armor, plating what she wants to be, but her heart's in the right place. A shame she's always so busy. As you are, if I'm not mistaken. I won't keep you any longer. Best of luck. Okay, that was a lot of quests there, and a lot of reading. Let's do piety. The Bozja incident. The Ironworks engineer is confused as to why you're still here and not in the Doman Enclave. The Chief said he'd be meeting you at the Doman Enclave, didn't he? Well, best not keep him waiting. Last week I've entered Bozja just to check something, and literally was alone in the instance. Yeah, that happens with me too. Like, I usually just go to another data center for it. Yeah, I usually check each data center, like Aether, Primal, Crystal, Dynamis, if there's like a large group inside the whatchamacallit, in the instance. Master Garland, yes, I've seen him restlessly pacing about the Enclave. If you wait here, I'm sure he'll come by before long. I said. It's hard to believe this place was, until recently, occupied by the Garlands. It almost had a long way to go before it regains its former glory, but they're off to a good start. I helped. So I heard. If the Bozjans wish to follow the Doman's lead, I plan to do what I can to help them. In fact, I've already spoken to Lord Hien and agreed to divert part of the Ironworks resources to assist in Doma's reconstruction. The offer seemed to have taken him by surprise, but I assured him that in addition to the Ironworks' commitment to freedom through technology, I had my own reasons to reverse the destruction wrought by the Empire. While it's true I eventually defected, I played no small part in the development of Magitech now, used by their military. Sometimes it's the threads you can't see that have the strongest ties. With that I could cut them. The Empire's sins aren't yours to bear. Even so, not a day goes by that I don't think about the part I played in the atrocities they committed. If I could have made my father see reason, there would have been no Bozja incident. I was powerless to stop him. It's good that the game has such a variety of content, even though these grindy places are not for me. They're people that play only it. I've heard, yeah. Yes, you're right. There's a time for wallowing in self-pity and a time for action. I plan to do whatever I can for the Bozjan resistance, but they're up against the 4th Legion. Yeah, like I really try to at least dip a toe into each piece of content just to see how it is. And if I like it, I stick with it. I was able to stick with Eureka to the point I finally completed my Eureka weapon, finally. I've yet to do the Baldessian Arsenal, but that's just more of a matter of trying to find a party to do it with. But I'm intrigued. I can't wait to see what happens here with Bozja. If they're to stand a chance, their allies here in the east won't be enough. They're going to need all the help they can muster. I'm not entirely sure what part I'll have to play in all of this, and I doubt anything I do now will be enough to atone for my past mistakes. But if it means throwing a spanner in the Empire's works, then count me in. I wonder if we'll see Nero here too. Maybe he could help as well. Okay, so there are lockboxes here. Excellent. That's exciting. Oh god. Okay. We have 43 minutes. I'm gonna get some more water, then we're gonna see what happens. I like the new Dawn Trail one. It gives us more freedom, and the quests are not level locked. It makes a huge difference for me. Yeah, I heard a lot about the new content, and it seems everyone really likes it, so I'm really excited to see how it is. Upon speaking with Makoto, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Yes. I love her reactions. So cute. If you're ready, I would begin our exploration. Think back to your time at Bozja Citadel. You needn't focus on a specific memory if that helps. Alright, just promise me you'll be careful in there. Nice, it's the burn music. This is Bozja Citadel, alright? At least I think it was. Was everything so distorted when you tested it before? Your recollection of this place appears too grossly incomplete. I can but assume your memory is being warped by your subconscious. While I'd rather not stand around laboring over details, let's look for the transmission tower in the Principa. Anything to import would have been stored there. I love this music. Did it appear because he mentioned the Principa? We're in the road, it just ends. Consequence of your incomplete memories. You have to think back, Sid. Where does this road lead? This all seems so absurd. Recalling the Citadel shouldn't be this difficult. Try recalling the cityscape. I remember the blue of the cobblestone streets, if not for the occasional military installation. It would have looked like another city. Do you remember where the Imperial troops were heading? Not specifically, no, but they were on edge, something to do with the Academy's research. Wait, I remember. Make your way to the transmission tower. You should be able to reach the Principa if we keep heading north. It's a transmission tower. Site of the Bozja incident. The road is cut off. Sid, you have to remember. Also, we have a little bit of time. Gonna G-pose again. Awesome. Sorry, tomato tries, my mind is drawing a blank. Maybe there's something around here that might jog my memory. That screenshot looks good? Yeah. Hello, new YouTube thumbnail. Search for clues. See what we could find. You find the smoldering remains of majestic armor, no doubt left after a fierce battle. find a pile of well-worn blades and shields. They're not of Imperial design. Speak with Sid. Perhaps they'll serve to refresh his memory. Weapons and magic armor. Right, the fighting had already started, and I was... Well done, Sid. Let's press onward. Must drive them out. This is some serious Inception shit right now. I love it. Tension in the air is palatable. Right, the soldiers were on high alert that day. The Bozjan resistance infiltrated the Citadel to stop the Academy's experiments. Do you suppose it's possible we could tamper with this memory? Wouldn't I believe worth investigating, shall we? Huh. I see. The memory appears to be mending itself. Interesting. Altering memories is easier said than done, it seems. Well, let's keep going. Pray Tentura. Here we are, the Principa. Inside is a transmission tower. What in the seven hells are these? Could it be a manifestation of your subconscious? They'll likely suppress your memories of the Citadel. In the attempt to purchase from our mind, we cannot let them. Defeat the antibodies. And there's more of them. We have to hold on unless they succeed in erasing us from Sid's mind. Okay, awesome. Curious that we could defeat these but not the soldiers earlier. Perhaps because they're truly not part of the memory. Worry about that later. Come on, we're nearly to the tower. Just a little further. Alright, we have a boss. And a familiar song, Dalamud. Hi, Bahamut. Nice to see you here. This has to be another attempt by your subconscious to stop us. Please, Sid, you have to pull yourself together. Are you sure I'm not suffering from sudden onset of psychosis? Oh hey, defeat Bahamut. Easier said than done. Hopefully this will not get copyright struck because answers. Okay, I'm gonna probably talk over this because I don't want to get copyright struck. Yeah, walk free. Okay. He's going down kind of slowly, I guess. Alright, avoid this. Giga Flare. That sounds dangerous. Okay, Akmorn, so gotta run around. Keep running. Keep running. Oh, Sid, you okay? Careful, I not like the look of this. Could his psyche be deteriorating? Tomea, look out. I hit my invuln. Alright, keep walking. Keep walking. Yeah, Sid is not in a good headspace right now. Tank privilege, yeah. Okay, follow Makoto. Giga Flare again. Oh damn, Makoto. Give you a regen. It's almost dead. We got this. Alright, keep going. Oh, hello. Alright, keep running. We have to hold on for Sid. Alright, he's almost dead. Come on. And dead. There we go. I'm gonna pause here for a couple seconds just in case the copyright clears. Thank you. I feel better now. Perhaps now your subconscious will be more forthcoming with the truth in this memory. It's such a cool, dreamy looking area. Also, like, signs of, like, Inception, too, in the background. And, Doctor Strange. Back to the good music. The less copyrighted music. Is that Sid? Do you recall this happening? Father was so angry that day. Father, please, if you just look over this data. Enough, damn you. The next time you question me, it shall be the last. Now leave. You of all people should understand the risks. Why do you refuse to see reason? It's rather unlike him to overlook data, no matter the source. Look here, I mean, he left behind his research documentation. You pick up the research documents and find page after page of meticulous calculations, observational data on Dalamud. Young Sid posits that the Lesser Moon may very well possess the ability to harness and manipulate solar power. Moreover, the vast stores of energy it has amassed over the millennia, should they be unleashed, would far exceed any parameters the transmission tower may have been designed to withstand. By the gods, this data, the Empire would invite a calamity. So many sleepless nights spent on those damn papers, all for nothing. My suspicions are correct, then he was already... never mind. Let us press on. The truth awaits us. This is like a memory dungeon. The replicas of Gunhilldr's blades. It's an instant / memory dungeon. Know your place, Ralph. The Meteor Project will not be stopped. Certainly not by the likes of you. No, this is wrong. Emperor Solus couldn't have been there. Oh. Ouch. Oh, shh. Please, Lord Varus, no. Was that another protector of the dream? Sid, you mustn't forget, this is only a memory. Sid Garland, bringer of ruin, herald of ash. Your father must be proud. How does it feel to know that such calamity follows in your wake? That your failings bring death to all you hold dear? I got this. We got this. And now you would set this filth against me. Very well. But one fate awaits those who oppose the will of the Empire. His trauma is too much. He's lost control. This memory is false to Maya. Perhaps you could alter it with your echo. I mean, our strongest allies are our truest friends. Yes. That was always your greatest strength, instilling in others the courage to rise up, the courage to fight for what's right. Alright, we're all fighting the Emperor together. Holy shit. All of us together. I'm kind of sad Graha's not with us, but yeah. Alright, with me. The Meteor Project cannot be stopped. I will not allow it. Sorry, Thancred, I'm taking over.
I will not hold back.
Keep your distance. Your struggles shall avail you not. Windfall.
Keep your guard up. I shall protect you.
Damn it, Thancred, give me a aggro. Unless you want me to off tank, then fine, I guess. Alright, Thancred, you do it then. You dare defy me? Timea, a little help if you'd be so kind. Twin Gunbreakers. Hideous worms that we not left for you for ash. Me and Thancred. People got mad when he was killed off screen. At least we could fight him now in a dreamish thingy. Yep. Okay, Thancred, where are you? There you are. I shall shirk to you. I shall off tank. All of our research, our planning cannot be for naught.
I will not hold back.
That was fucking cool. That was so cool. That was amazing. Also, we're capable of spawning friends and primals now. But yeah, it's a dream, but still. And we did use a Light Warden for that, but yeah. This isn't right either. Emperor, Lord Varus, he wasn't there. The Academy was given full charge of the project. To these events as you remember them, this is not the truth. Not entirely. Whoever this is, your mind has been trying to protect you from them. Well, if it isn't Varus, then who in the hell is it? What could I possibly have to hide from myself? Oh, shit. What? So it was you who pulled the trigger, Father. Oh my god. Sid, look, his eyes. What's wrong with his eyes? No, it can't be. If contact with Dalamud was able to stir Bahamut to consciousness, it stands to reason that the Dread One discovered a way to link to the tower and thereby enslave your father, enthrall him. In which case, there was nothing that could be done for him. There's no arguing or reasoning with such individuals. There's only the will of the primal. And if Bahamut was controlling your father at the time of the accident, Bahamut orchestrated the destruction of Bozja, then in all likelihood it wasn't an accident. So the truth finally comes to light. Again, I reiterate, why isn't this part of MSQ? This is such an important, huge detail that they're putting in side content. Why is this not MSQ related? These developments. Bahamut's thrall, and no one was the wiser. Not even your own son. You crazy bastards did it. Once Mikoto's described the inscriptions to me, I'll have those weapons forged in no time. But that subject is a wasp nest. Half of the Bozjan resistance, yeah, my deepest thanks. Deepest thanks. This is not MSQ because Shadowbringers is MSQ. Yeah, the first and all that stuff. Maybe they'll address it in Endwalker, perhaps? I don't know. I am assuming we're probably not going to be in the first for Endwalker. So don't answer that, but alright. I'm just glad I could help. Ever since that fateful day, the truth of what befell our loved ones had eluded us. I held the Empire and your father responsible for part in their tragedy. For many years, that hatred was all that kept me going. Indeed, I was blinded by that hatred, so much so that even you appeared to me as an enemy. I could not see the blood, sweat, and tears you had poured into bettering the lives of those seeking freedom from the Empire. I could only see a Garlean, for that I'm sorry. You can forgive me, let us be allies, united against a common foe. Come now, I'm the one who should apologize to you. After all my father and Empire did. Even if not on their own volition, their crimes will never be forgotten. At hazard, even victory over the Empire won't be enough to ease such pain. Even now that I know the truth behind the Bozja incident, all it's done is make me question the choices that led me here to this instant, this moment. Regardless of the past, we have to keep pressing forward, one step at a time, for freedom. Just as the heroes of Eld would have done, we Bozdans grew up on such tales. Fearless warriors, true of heart, unwavering in their conviction. Yet here we are, so full of doubt and uncertainty. Will we ever earn our place in the pages of history? Cheer up, Bosh. If we live long enough, perhaps we'll be the ones to pen them. say the crystal focus is no longer responsive. It would appear what stores of ether resided within it have been depleted. I did not expect our exploration of your mind to be such a taxing experience. Once I identify its etheric infinity and the power source with a compliant energy frequency, I'm confident its reserves can be replenished. I thought perhaps the Alliance could use it to extract information from some of their less cooperative Garlean captives. Nothing's ever easier, is it? Afraid ethereology is beyond my scope of my expertise. So I'll leave the rest to you. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call for me. Thank you for your help, Master Sid. I have a theory. The Bozja stuff should be the next expansion after Stormblood. They scrapped it for Shadowbringers. Would be interesting. Be kind of interesting to see how that would have played out, but well, I better head back. I have a mountain of work ahead of me. Before you go, if you ever feel lost, you can always talk to me. Of course, if I run into any Aether-related problems, you'll be the first to know. Only my theory, of course. Right, I must really get to work on the crystal focus. Alright, pretty cool. That was a fun instance. We learned a lot. Everything is at last in place to begin work on the weapons for Queen Gunhildr's guard. Master Jiro will be willing to appraise you of any further progress in their foraging. In the meantime, we'll begin preparations for battle. I look forward to seeing you on the front lines. Tuning to all the Aether Shards in the Domain Enclave will now unlock Gangos as an Aethernet destination. Meanwhile, in Valnain and Dalmasca, hi, Gabranth. Our spies in the Gangos encampment have confirmed work on the Blades of Gunhilldr is underway. They're welcome to them. Who has need of such trinkets when the Lady of Blades will soon be in play? The Lady of Blades? Proceed as planned. When their forces reach Bozja, you know what must be done. Understood. The Empire is fated to fall, but in its place a new nation shall rise, grander and mightier than anything the Garleans could have ever dreamed. And it should be made possible by the very power they abhor. Primals? Summoning, perhaps? That's not good. They did mention that the enemies of Bozja fight with summons and other magics. On the edge of memory. Save the Queen, chapter the 1st. Sidception. Nice name. Alrighty. Dramaturge. Okay, so because an ad break is going to start, we're going to pause here and run ads. Then when we come back, we're going to talk to Geralt and start the next part of Bozja. So I shall be right back. Okay, hello. By the way, I'm not saying against Shadowbringers, it's amazing, but if they continue the Stormblood Empire's plot instead, it could be good. This fight you just did could very well much be the final expansion boss. I definitely see that, yeah. I think one of my gripes prior to starting Shadowbringers was, as I went through Shadowbringers, like, again, I agree too that Shadowbringers was amazing, but they just stopped abruptly with the whole Empire thing, because it just made me believe that with us fighting in the Gimlet Dark that we were slowly advancing closer towards Garlemald, and that's kind of what I was expecting for like the next expansion after Stormblood. It was leading to that. They also introduced Maxima, who I felt would have played a bigger character as well if the potential Empire expansion would have been after Stormblood, but they went in a completely different direction, which I'm still thankful for, because Shadowbringers was fucking amazing, but it just felt like they kind of put a pause in the whole Empire stuff for Shadowbringers. But I definitely see that this could be a final expansion boss with Varus, instead of the fate that he was given during patch Shadowbringers. But still, we kind of got some semblance of that at least with this. But whatever. I still enjoyed my time. I still enjoy my time playing this game and just going through the content. But alright, let's talk to Geralt. First, let's... You're here. Good. Ready to get working on the Resistance weapons, lass. Please note that at completing the quest Fire in the Forge, you will receive a Resistance weapon for a Gunbreaker. Oh, no. What I want is a weapon for Dancer. Yeah, because I need a new Dancer weapon. Ah, yes. Geralt looks ready to fire up his forge. You like the name Resistance Weapon? It crossed me mind to call him Gunhilldr's Blades, but after talking with Missija, we figured it'd be too confusing. Seeing that as that's also the name of the Queen's Guard. Any road, your timing couldn't be better. Before we get to working in earnest, I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what went on in Sid's noggin. And I heard a fair bit from Mikoto, but I'd like to know if you saw any different. Sounds like I was right to ask you before settling to work. Seems to me those fancy markings in the weapons are mainly for show. I could copy on mine, but that won't be enough. Like as not, they were carved into the hilts as well. To make sure the spell can take hold, you need to finish with fine powder what's conducted to aether. A material like that, I reckon you need to consult the alchemists at Ratatan. And I can only think of one person who, with close contacts there. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Because we did meet them when I was completing my Aramarborn weapon. There's a particular step in the relic I would like to join to farm mine as well. Can't say what, because spoilers. Sure, yeah. Later on, for sure, yeah. Oh gods, you don't mean... Oh gods, you don't mean... I, the Demoness of Coin. Oh no, it's not the other guy. It's, Rowena. I thought he was talking about the other guy from the settlement that he used to work at North Shroud. So in the Aramarborn relic weapons, there was a guy from Ratatan there who also was more or less his rival. But I guess we're not going to talk to him, I guess. So it's from Rowena. Not to worry, lass. It just so happens she's been keeping up a steady shipment of supplies here on contact. If we say we need the powder for the resistance, might be as we can convince her to waive the costs. She ain't usually one to do business for charity, I know, but it's worth a try. I'll see about getting in touch with her, and after I do, you can go and meet her and figure out the rest. Well, you don't expect me to go and meet with her, do you? Working on the resistance weapons kept me too busy by half. And Drake here, or I mean, what was your name again? Zlatan, Master Jarot. My name is Zlatan. More importantly, what if Mistress Rowena doesn't agree to a charitable contribution to your cause? I'm sure if you and Baj asked her nicely, she might come around. But never mind that, we have important work to do. As to where to find Rowena, before she left Gangos, she said she'd be stopping over Kugane on business. How about I have her meet you at the Umineko tea house? If we're lucky, a nice cup of tea will brighten her mood. Okay, so let's do this step first before we advance. Oh god, so I'm starting another relic weapon. I'm already right in the middle of working on a paladin weapon. But here we are. Alright, alrighty. Let's go back to Kugane. I think once we finish this questline, then we'll start the field operations introduction. Well, let's see what Rowena has for us. I was wondering when you show up. Jarrell told me everything. And luckily for you, my business was here in the Thebnarian consulate. Here you are. This should be enough powder for one of those resistance weapons you're forging. I've got to hand it to Geralt. Seems he spends half his time getting deeper in debt, the other half avoiding payment. Fine by me, though. Thanks to his scheming, I have a little more leverage over the resistance, and by extension, him as well. Rowena definitely is the final boss of, let's say Dawntrail. Because I already, promised that the shoe bill that we met in the Tempest would be Zodiark. Pass along a message to Geralt and Baj for me, won't you? If they require more material for these weapons, I'd be more than happy to supply them. For a fee, of course. Same goes for you. I know you adventuring types are always looking to be prepared for any sort of encounter. So if you're thinking of forging another of those resistance weapons, and I suspect you are, you'll know where to go. See to it my girls and remnants Toll and Adelshire keep them shelf-stocked. Until next time. Nah, the final boss is Tataru. That is also possibly true. Oh, I gotta go to, yeah. With all of the Omni Crafter skills that Tataru is learning, putting together at this point, because she made the Scions, recreate the Scions outfits from the first. She was also a culinarian, now she was a seamstress, a weaver. It's only a matter of time before Tataru gains massive power and becomes our final boss. The weapon's nearly finished, Tamia. Just needs a nice coating with that powder to finish the inscription. Fine powder blended in the Near Eastern island nation of Radatan, designed to promote ethereal conductivity. Of course she buddy found what we needed. As much as I hate fattening her purse with another man's coin, at least now we could do our part for the resistance. Nod. Tataru's power will soon rival the great Louisoix. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Feast your eyes on some of my finest work to date. Best of all, the inscription will react to your ether. A fine weapon to rally the Bozjans, and Chufla. I reckon Gunhilldr will be proud. Yay! That I should behold the glory of the fabled blades born anew. Hope is not yet lost. All in a day's work for your old pal Geralt, because this is only the beginning. I know, there's like 50 million other steps we gotta do, but yeah. Your skills with a hammer were truly a sight to behold, Master Geralt. And to see Tamea wielding one of the holy blades thus, it's as if I stand before one of the heroes of Eld. When the time comes to do battle with the Empire, our brothers in arms will look upon you and know courage. On behalf of the Bozjan resistance, I offer you my humblest thanks for your aid thus far. I'd love to start fresh on another weapon, but I have used every last morsel of powder on that one. Meaning we'll find ourselves indebted further to Mistress Rowena, or are we to acquire more? I shall consult Bozj before we proceed further. Thus we're taking a short break then, eh? If you find yourself wanting for another weapon though, come and speak with me, helper here. Nod. I think I've earned myself a nice big flagon of ale tonight, to celebrate the foraging, of course. Yeah. A repeatable quest is now available from Zatan. This quest may be accepted to create resistance weapons for other jobs. Change your desired job. Hypnarian scale power can now be purchased from Oriana at Revenant's Toll or Hismina at Hittleshire. Awesome. Let us see. Okay, these are dyeable. 530. Okay, not bad. They're still pretty strong. Oh, those are cool. Very nice. I have several resistance weapons quests running on different jobs. Sometimes I get something passively. Probably gonna work on one weapon, to be honest. I don't want to like overdo it. I heard that the relic weapons in Endwalker were a far bit more easier to acquire. But yeah, I'm only gonna work on Dancer. And then, as well, I recently finished White Mage for Eureka. Okay. So... Timea, my, that I should find you here of all places, though I suppose that's only right, considering I followed you. My well of inspiration has run dry, you see. It's my hope that a change of scenery might offer the impetuous my work requires. Time and again, you've proven a knack for finding fascinating locales. Oh, is this the sightseeing person? Oh, talk about Varus. Battles fought in the mind of a dear companion. How thrilling, how compelling. Wait a minute. Wait, is this, please tell me more. Hold on. The spectre of the late Emperor Varus, I suppose even a figment of one's memory, assuming sufficient creative liberties are taken, can prove as fearsome a man of flesh and blood. Admittedly, I cannot claim to have witnessed his prowess firsthand. Who has not heard tales of his savagery, his unparalleled might? And do you believe inspiration has struck, my friend? The brutal battle of words which preceded the nightmarish clash twixt the Emperor and the realm's greatest liberator. You would dare approach me thus, Lord Varus scoffed. Were men of greater strength than mine, both would flee. You dare commit to such folly. To which the liberator coolly replied, how else am I to smite these Savorum approaching? An admirable attempt, if I were still learning my letters, perhaps. It seems my prose yet wants for inspiration. Might you humor me with a more detailed account of your confrontation? I require a more vivid picture if I am to do justice to your deeds. Memoria Misera Extreme. Idols earned in Memoria Misera Extreme can be exchanged for gear and other items. So is this the Rathalos equivalent for Shadowbringers? So yeah, that was technically a trial. Like, we summoned our friends, and that was like a party of 8. So it was technically a trial. I never did this fight, by the way. Would be fun to try. Maybe we can get a notice to do the first part of Bozja here and unlock it. We could probably try it. Because this apparently does count as an extreme trial. So it would be fun and interesting to try. Okay. I did not expect another extreme trial to be unlocked. The reward is the dieable version of the shadow... Oh my god. No. Great. Now I'm gonna... I do like some of the Shadowbringer's job gear. That's more content I'm gonna be doing. But okay. Good to know. Thank you. We're Eagle's Nest. The look of resolve in Marsak's eyes tell you the time for battle draws near. It's good to see you, my friend. Though it came at great cost, I'm pleased to say Master Geralt has succeeded in reforging the weapons of Gunhildr's blades. Indeed, the Queen's illustrious guard has at last been reborn. When the deed was done, word quickly spread to every faction of the Bozjan resistance. As we had hoped, it had reaffirmed their resolve to press on and see our home return to its former glory. In fact, our troops have already reclaimed Utaya Zagas, an outpost in the Bozjan southern front. When you're ready, I would ask you make for the front lines to better assess the situation for yourself. Sigeros can show you the way. Alright, since we are doing field operations now... Okay. Since we are doing field operations now, I think think it's best to use our tried and true method for doing field operations, and that is Warrior. Because Warrior is a cheat code in Eureka. I never did it by the same reason I have trauma with Bozja. I just never found anyone else to do it with. I see, I see. I wonder if you could just unsync it and just farm it. Glam and Mount Farm. Ooh, that's tempting. That is tempting. So the Eden gear that dropped during the last 4 of the Eden raids, the Black Mage gear looks very reminiscent of Gaia's outfit, and I really loved Gaia's outfit, and I really want to wear Gaia's outfit. Like, I really love that outfit, but the Black Mage gear for the drops looks similar to her outfit. I think it would be an easy unsync farm. Yeah, I might ask the FC to kind of farm the tomes to get the dyeable Black Mage gear. But regardless, I still want Gaia's outfit though. I loved her outfit throughout the entirety of the Eden questline. But okay. Ah, Blade Aqueous. I've been expecting you. You'll come with me. The Bozjan Southern Front, now accessible. The rules of engagement on the Bozjan Southern Front are different than what you will have encountered before. The following pages contain a detailed explanation of what you may expect on the battlefield. Read and understand them well if you would gain the upper hand over the Empire's 4th Legion. Though it's possible to join the Bozjan Southern Front beginning at level 71, all players will be synced to level 80 while on duty. Item level will also be synced accordingly. Okay, I am already level 80. All players are subject to a separate leveling system while at the front, indicated by their resistance rank. Easy, relatively speaking. Some things still kill level 100 players. Okay. Performing admirably in large-scale battles such as skirmishes and critical engagements will increase your mettle, akin to experience points. Simply defeating Imperial troops and beasts is not enough to prove your mettle. You must participate in successful military operations. If you demonstrate sufficient mettle upon reporting to the Resistance Commander, your Resistance rank will climb. Those of higher rank will gain access to more areas of the front, as well as additional quests. Your Resistance rank will not increase unless authorized by the Commander, so don't forget to report for inspection. Upon successful completion of a military operation, you will gain regular experience points in addition to mettle. This experience will be applied to your job level as normal. It's recommended you consider using a job that has not yet reached level 80 to take the advantage of experience point gains. So, Sage, more or less. More information is available from Sageros and Gangos and your Resistance comrades at the Southern Front, so don't hesitate to converse with them. Oh boy. My only under 80 job is Sage. But I like going around as Warrior and just blitzing things. Thresh Soldier. Okay, so this is probably the next part of the relic weapon thingy. Okay. Just to be safe, let's just explore it as Warrior. Bozjan Southern Front. The Resistance rank is why I don't like Bozja. Stories locked behind the quests that are locked behind the rank. I see. Though to be fair though, like the level level was kind of like a guardrail to kind of getting to the next quest of Eureka. So I still had to put in work regardless in order to get to the next story point, but we'll see what happens. Boston Southern Front. Okay, so this one does not have elementals. Let me put that right there. Metal, next rank is 300. Boston clusters, 200. Notoriety. Put that more upper. There we go. It should have an option for the people that just wanted the story. Alright. Let's attune to this. The new Dawn Trail one is fine because you can do all the story without leveling. I see. I'm excited to do the Dawn Trail one as well. I'm glad you could join us, Blade Aqueos. Not a moment too soon. Allow me to introduce you to Gunhilldr's blades. High Mage Shevin, Master of Flames, the fury of his art rivals even the fiercest hells. Isolde, the Eagle Eye. In brightest day or darkest night, no enemy will escape her sight. Stanek, the unwavering blade of Bozja, the foes dashed against his shield are beyond counting. Valibor, the Bateful Blade, his unbridled fury can fell entire cadres with a single stroke. Aggie, the Iron Fist of Bozja, a young prodigy whose martial skills put even the most seasoned veterans to shame. Blaz, the Merciful Blade, no foe, however terrible, will dissuade his blade from finding its mark. Rest assured, this is not the guard in its entirety. A number have already taken to the field and would benefit greatly from your presence, if you are willing. Let's try it. With Gunhilldr's blades and the Warrior of Light leading the charge, it's only a matter of time before Castrum Lacas Latore is ours. Speaking of which, I believe you've yet to see the Castrum. If you'll follow me, I'll show you the object of our struggle here on the southern front. Also, Mikoto's in the background. Okay, do I have to go up? It does require some specific CEs, but those are synced anyway. Just need to wait. For it to pop. The CEs are the NMs, right? Like the Fates. Or hold on. That's the Dawn Trail one you're talking about, right? So it's way more friendly. If you want to farm, be happy. If you wanted the story, you could also do it. Okay, I see. Where are you at? Oh, you're up there. How do I get up there? Yeah, I think you're talking about the Dawn Trail one. Okay, here we are. There it is, Castrum Lacus Litore, to use the Garlean moniker. Its true name is Alarmuk, which means eagle in Bozjan. As they too once made their home in these mountains. To our people they are a symbol of strength and good fortune, both of which were sorely needed when the Empire first invaded. But we didn't dwell on past failings. Now we have a chance to reclaim what's rightfully ours. To remind the people what it is we stand to gain. I have chosen to call this initiative Operation Eagle's Nest. Like the great eagle, we must strike hard and swift. And with you at our side, I have no doubt that we shall see this through to the glorious end. Before you rush into battle, I believe Mikoto wished to discuss the crystal focus with you. Good tidings, perhaps? I understand you're no stranger to battle with the Empire. Having crossed blades with such a roundoutable foe before, I must ask, do you believe there's any chance of success for the Resistance? Now that the fighting has begun in earnest, I cannot help but wonder if our troops can endure the bloodshed required of them. They say they are prepared, willing to lay down their lives for Bozja, and yet... Forgive me, such dispirited thinking will accomplish nothing. There's nothing else you wish to discuss. Okay. Timea. Hello. I have rather exciting news to share. As you may recall, the energies of the crystal focus were spent on an exploration of Cid's memories. After careful analysis, we have conducted that it can, in fact, absorb the ether in similar fashion to the aura site we discovered in Evilise. This assumes, of course, we have a suitable source of energy matching its ethereal frequency. And therein lies the problem. Crystals bearing such a specific ethereal signature are quite rare. You can never hope to amass the quantities needed. We were told to locate an ether current of the correct frequency. However, charging the focus would be a matter of course. Fortunately, such currents exist only in the regions of Bozja rife with Imperials. Mikoto wished to wait until the fightings died down, but as I explained to her before, time is a luxury we can ill afford. I'm sure you understand better than anyone that the bloodshed will only cease when a victory is decided. The death toll climbing ever higher on both sides. The horrors of this war weigh heavily on the hearts of our people. A burden which could be eased were able to employ the crystal focus, healing wounds not of the flesh but of the mind. Plans to locate an ether current are well underway. I suspect your help will see them expedited. Might I ask your assistance in this endeavor? Also, I am so stupid. She's not a Highlander. She's a Rogadan. I'm so dumb. Ugh. I don't know. Just kind of looks similar to a Highlander, like the eye makeup and all that. So I did see, I do have characters before that have a similar, like, the eye makeup and the eye shape, but her nose is Rogadan. Anyway. Pressed time as we are, Sid has already begun work on a monitoring device to locate a sufficient source of aether. I would join him and see to the final preparations. In the meantime, I would ask that the two of you investigate a location I believe to be near an ether current. I'm gonna get some food. Good luck on the field trip. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy foods. Take care. Sorry for interrupting, but a few of our soldiers wish to have a quick word before you depart. I expect their intelligence will provide useful when you're in the field. I appreciate your willingness to help, but you must always place yourself in such peril. I'm sorry, I understand you only do what must be done. We all have our roles to play, and I promise to fulfill mine as best I can. Stay safe out there, won't you? Speak with the Resistance, Secretariat, or Sidergos to learn more about battle in the southern Bozjan front. Okay. Let's learn more. Blade Aqueos, a moment, if you would. Serve as war historian for the Bozjan Resistance, and Marsek tells me you may be able to help in my work. I needn't tell you how the atrocities of war can wear on a soldier. As such, it has become increasingly difficult to find one of sound mind and body who can accurately recount their experiences on the battlefield. For a hardened warrior such as yourself, I suspect keeping an account of the foes you face should prove a rather trifling task. That's not to say I expect a detailed record of your every interaction. If you should trade blows with any notable figures, however, I would hear of it. All information is gathered from Battle for Bozja will ultimately be compiled within my field records. Here, you may use this to take note of any memorable encounters in the field. I realize the burden this places on you, which is why I will see to it personally that you are duly compensated for your efforts. Field record acquired. Now available under collection. Completion of certain quests, skirmishes, and critical engagements in Bozja's southern front. You'll obtain a sheaf of notes. These notes can be exchanged to add entries to the field record. Can be exchanged for various rewards by speaking with the Resistance historian. Parting word of advice, if I may. While there's no telling what you will face on the southern front, Demitar over there may be able to assist you in finding worthwhile battles for our field record. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, so there's 20 field records? Yeah, there's 20. Also, we are level 1. Yeah. Okay, the parameter bar on the bottom, the experience bar, is still level 80. Normally, I would look at the experience bar to see like what level I am, but okay, I'm still level 1. Metal, 300. Is there an experience bar for this area that I could add? No, I guess not. Greetings, Blade Aqueos. I take it you'll soon be joining the others in the southern front. Though my duties have kept me here for the most part, I have heard tell of the carnage wrought in battle by enemy soldiers in their war machina. It is the metal and rank in the red panel. Okay. No, I was specifically saying, like, I kind of wish there was, like, a long experience bar thingy that I could look at the bottom to kind of replace the current experience that I have already, but they did say that you could still gain relevant experience here, though. Though my duties have kept me here for the most part, I've heard tell of the carnage wrought in battle by enemy soldiers and their war machina. Indeed, the Imperials often prefer to wait till their intended target has been weakened before sending more troops to deliver the final blow. Yet for all their cunning, they are remarkably predictable. Let's suppose you destroyed one of their war machina, and the enemy received word of your victory. They would no doubt assume that the effort has left you exhausted. Perhaps even badly wounded, a perfect opportunity to send reinforcements and overwhelm you. But what if, unbeknownst to them, we are prepared for the arrival of these additional troops? There'll be an opportunity to further diminish their ranks. I would ask you to venture out onto the battlefield and fell 2 4th Legion Nimrods, and 2 4th Legion Slashers. Should they decide to send reinforcements, there'll be no element of surprise to favor them. By defeating War Machina on the Bosnian Southern Front, there's a chance to initiate critical engagements, which are special encounters limited to a small number of participants. Victory in critical engagements will increase your medal, as well as earn you various spoils. Should you happen upon a critical engagement and wish to join, you can participate in the mission by selecting the mission via the Resistance recruitment window. Alright, let us go. Are you gonna attack me? No, you're not. Nice music. Come here, Nimrod. Okay, so after this, we need one more. Alright, mission complete. Boston cluster. Now, I'm assuming Boston clusters are kind of similar to protean crystals, perhaps. Ah, you've returned. None the worse for wear, I see. I expect there's more than we can say for any Imperials who dare cross your path. But enough about them. I wish to ask if you noticed any particular crystalline objects in your time on the battlefield. Boston clusters, we call them. The Bozja incident wrought a most unexpected change in the land, which we believe is what caused these clusters to appear. Our quartermaster would have any samples we could find for further study into this phenomenon. We haven't much, but you can be certain she will see rewarded for anything you can offer. Upon defeating War Machina, there's a chance you'll obtain Boston clusters. They can be exchanged with the Resistance Quartermaster to gain priority when players are selected for participation in critical engagements. They can also be exchanged for various goods. Interesting. Priority. If you don't mind my asking, have you taken time to report to my commanding officer? Considering all you've done to help us thus far, I'd say you're more than proving your mettle. He's starting to want to hear about all you've done. He wants to hear about all you've done out there. And with this, we rank up to level 2. One sec, guys. I shall be right back. I'm gonna run ads, so... Hello, guys. Hold on. Let's see. Add marker. Alright, guys. So... I got called into work, and I do want to work later on today. I do think this is a good place to kind of stop, since we are being introduced to the... Bozja. I think we're gonna leave it here as well. We've done about 3 hours now, so that's good. But, yeah. I'm gonna get some extra work. I'm gonna go to work and get some overtime and work there, get some extra money. We shall resume on Friday and start the Alliance Raid series. The Yorha near Automata raids on Friday. But yeah, I think as far as we go, this is just, we're just going to continue to do like more field operations and all that, and I can just do that on my off time. But thank you guys for being here. Yeah, Friday, if I'm called into work on Friday, we shall resume on Saturday for the near raids. See that glowing button on the panel? That's how you register for CEs. Yes, I do see it, right there. Okay, good to know. I will ask you guys, like, on Discord if we need to, if I need help, like, with Bozja and all that. But, I do need to head out, though. But, yeah, near raids on Friday. In case you go play it off stream. I definitely will. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Let me promote myself. Socials. YouTube. And Ko-Fi. Alrighty, should resume on Friday. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. I'll catch you all next time. Take care. Bye.